Shalom. First of all, I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honor to teachers, elders, and apostles, great millstone, likewise, brothers, so they're putting on the truth. Faithfully, fearlessly, feeding the sheep, and to you, brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. Today's lesson is titled, On His Way to Perdition. And who's on his way to perdition? Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man. He's on his way to destruction. Let's start off with our first scripture here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. And it reads, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So who's currently ruling the kingdoms on this earth now? Who's currently the rulers on this earth? Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man. And what has he done? He's done unjust things, okay? He's hurt Jakes, okay, our so-called Black Americans and Latino. He's robbed us. He's robbed the entire earth. He's deceitful, and he's conniving, and just the evil, wicked, devious devil that has never been up to any good. And because of all of this, the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to bring this man down, and in place, he's going to erect his elect. And we are going to be the ones, Lord willing, those of us who are sighing and crying daily, are going to be the ones that are going to be in rulership positions in the new heavenly kingdom to come when Amalek Yahushua returns. So we're seeing right now that this man, they're turning on each other. If any of you know that story of Alibaba and the 40 thieves, you know, they stole so much that there was nothing to steal. And afterward, they started stealing from themselves, so they couldn't even trust each other. As you see right now, Esau has stolen and has done so much wickedness on this earth to the point right now they're imploding on themselves. Today you had the release of what? The unsealed list of all the perverts on this earth that dealt with this Epstein guy. People that you thought would be upright, you know, straightforward. We're talking people in high places, proving, despite all of their rules, all their thousands of laws on this earth, that these people don't follow their own rules, their own laws, that they're full of shit. Because why? They're unjust, they're unrighteous, okay, and they're wicked. And their whole thought constantly is how they can oppress the rest of the people while they themselves enjoy all of the perversion that's deeper than their spirit. Okay, let's go into the second book here. This is Proverbs 21 and Proverbs 12. It says, a righteous man wisely considereth the house of the wicked, but power overthroweth the wicked for their wickedness. Whoso stoppeth his ear at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard. Esau, there's going to be a time when the so-called white man is going to be crying. Okay, in the kingdom, he's going to cry a lot. He's going to weep. He's going to be sorrowful. He's going to be pitiful. He's going to be begging for forgiveness for what he has done to us. He's gonna wish so hard that if he could go back, he could take it all away. But we're not going to be hearing it. You see, this cup is going to be passed on to you, Edomites. Okay, you're going to drink of it. You're going to go into slavery. You're going to be mistreated, and then you will be wiped out. We considering everything that you're doing, how you're forcing our children to accept LGBTQ. You're forcing it on the men. You're forcing it on the women. You have used our women as a means to destroy every morality fiber in the tribe of Yasharala, Israel, also called Black Americans and Latino. You've softened the men to the point to where if you watch these videos and you can't believe what you're seeing if you're old enough and you've been around when men still were men. This is what this man has done. We consider how you've done all of these things in order to bring down the children of Israel, or so-called Black Americans and Latino, but you didn't get all of us. Let's continue on here. Job 14 and Proverbs 4 says, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. You're unclean, Esau. You're unclean. The so-called white man is unclean. So there's nothing clean that can come out of it. seeing his days to determine the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Turn from him that he may rest, till he has accomplished as a hireling his day. So hireling, basically the Lord created Esau to do exactly what Esau is doing. The so-called white man cannot help himself. What we as a hopefully elect should really give praise and honor to Yahweh Shemashai for is the fact that we ourselves are not the hireling. That Jacob was not the hireling, and Esau, being of the elect. So this is great. All of the pains, the suffering, all of the tribulations, all of the trials, the slavery, the oppression, all of it is worth it compared to what Esau is going to get and what we're going to get. The reward simply outweighs all of the unjust treatment that we've gotten and received through all the different reincarnation of our life. But this man has a bound that he cannot cross, and that bound right now, he's getting near the end of it. You see, once he crosses that bound, once he gets to that bound, it's just a wall. There's nowhere else to go. That's it. He would have reached the epitome of his technological advancement that the Lord has allowed him. His wickedness would be on a scale that defies the mind right now currently. We haven't seen anything yet. So this man is doing everything right on his way to perdition. He has to do it. And there is more. Or you wait. Continuing on here with 2 Ezra 6 and 22, because no matter what, there was a time you could look at these Edomites and you could think that they had it all together. They worked together, Susie and Becky, they all got along. Mike and Bobby, they got along. What you're starting to see right now is mass division, okay? And it's just not like half going this way and half going that way. You've got half going this way, half going that way. But in those half, you have subdivisions. These Edomites, when it all said and done, when they realize, as they have already started to realize right now, that this place is forever fallen, they're about to go batty crap. And it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound which when every man hear it, they shall suddenly be afraid. Why are they going to be afraid? Babylon has fallen. No more food, no more commerce. The life that you used to waking up every morning, the smell of game, fresh air, shaman, to wipe your ass with, all gone. Now you just like that doggone guy under the bridge, where you might have to scoop the poop out of your ass with your finger. Where you might now have to swallow your ego and your pride to go beg. These crackers, they have no intention of begging, or they plan on going to go take. We seen that video today. What was it? With that Jake jumped over, at the judge. This is where Babylon is heading. But we're dealing with you Edomites, and it says, and the trumpet shall give a sound of which, and every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Now that's going to be a global thing. Everyone fighting against each other. People suddenly realize, wait a minute, the person standing next to you, the person you've been talking to for years, and who you thought was your best friend, and all these people you thought was your family, and all these people, the associates that you thought like you, suddenly now are looking to delete you for what you have. So a word to the wise out there: if you got something, keep it to yourself. Don't be letting people out there know. And I'm talking to those who just come into this truth, who don't really understand, prophecy and how things is going to be going. Because see, out there, people are collecting food and all this other stuff, and they're doing all these other, survival techniques, and they're sharing it because they want to get likes or whatever the case is like that, or they just want to prove to people how resourceful they are, not understanding you're just giving people a green light, or there are lists of people who actually have something who they can go and delete. And trust me, while you might not have it in your heart to delete somebody, somebody has in their heart to delete you. You better get real with it. Okay, so that's going to be a global thing. But the Lord really is going to ensure that these Edomites, Esau, on their way to perdition, jack each other up. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh shall ride upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the islands of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. For those of you who are new, it's not talking about Egypt over there in the Middle East. It's talking about spiritual Sodom in Egypt, which is Great Babylon, America. You know, it's the United States of America. This place is known as Egypt. This is a slave place. You work, and 80% of your check goes to taxes. Yes, so you drive on the same shit road, okay, that creates thousands of dollars of expense for you to fix your vehicle, stubbing your toes in potholes. Okay, so where the hell is the money going? As we can see, it goes to finance pedophilia island, and they need to go and persecute the people who sold them the island. Persecute them too. Hey, they're all accessories to it. And it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. Now you always hear Esau, them, they'll talk to each other, like, especially like these bikers. You know, if you ever seen a Hell's Angel in real life, they'll always refer to each other as brother. Well, it says right there, brother against brother. Okay, city against city. Little hick towns against little hick town, big cities against big cities, and then kingdom against kingdom. So hey, don't be shocked when you see, you know, what was the allies of the Great Babylon, America, is now turning against this place. It's written, and it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. So the common sense people, the people who actually, you know, really set up the legislation, do all the laws, all those, you know, the people in the suits. The Lord is going to destroy them. So all these people are going to be turned into going right back into medieval times, you know, where they have the glass and you know, shaking a crystal ball and going, tell me what's happening, is there a future, rolling, you know, they might as well be like Jake, rolling dice against the wall. Because this is the Lord is going to bring this place down to that kind of misery, okay, to where people are going to be seeking at, you know, talking to a damn frog, asking a frog, hey, can you tell me what is going to happen next? Okay, that's all of these are things that the Lord is going to do on his way to perdition. And his way is Esau. Esau is his. That's the whole tribe of Edoms. And the Egyptians will I give over to the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shemashai. Trump is coming in next, and he's not coming in for what these people think is going to save them. Hey, that, you know, us against them, or, you know, whites against blacks, or left wing, right wing. You people are living a dream. Okay, Trump, Biden, and every other doggone sodomite president that was sat in that doggone house, that so-called White House, okay, are all seed of the devil. Okay, they're all seed of the devil. They're all little pawns working for a greater pawn, okay, known as the elites, okay, who themselves are being controlled by the Grand Master himself, Yahweh Shemashai, who controls everything. Okay, so even if Trump is supposed to go there to go correct things, he can't. Because why? Again, Esau is set up as a hireling to do only bad things. So he has to do it. And there's only a certain amount that he can do. We can go into, when his belly is about to be filled, the Lord will destroy him. But that's a different lesson. Okay? What I do want to close out with is 2 Ezra 6 and Star Wars 6. It says, then did I consider, now Yahweh Shemashai had talked about all of the things that he has done. Okay, all the things he has done, all before all of this was all established. And it goes, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they should be ended, and by none other. So Esau can't end the world. There ain't no such thing as, yeah, the end of the world, we can use nuclear bombs and end the world. That's not going to happen. Yeah, nukes are going to fly. Okay, the earth is going to shake, but it's not going to end the world. Only Great Babylon, America, has been foretold to be that lake of fire, to be utterly destroyed. And it is for basically a monument in the future for all of the other nations to see what happens when you to a wicked place. That's why this place is known as spiritual Sodom. Okay, in Egypt, what happened to Sodom? Okay, it was destroyed by fire and brimstone. Other than that, the rest of the world is still going to be intact. Okay, and it says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times? Or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand, that's us, Yasharala, us so-called blacks, Americans, and Latino, hand held first the heel of Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, the red devil of the day. For Esau, the so-called white man, is the end of the world. And Jacob, Yasharala, us so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos, is the beginning of it that follow. Now you think of what world we can be having that's going to follow the conclusion of this crap hole that we live in right now. When Yahushua returns with thousands, if not millions, of these gigantic ships, technological advancements so advanced it look like it seems like magic. That's our inheritance. So what kind of life you really believe we're gonna have? Ponder on that for a minute. Lord willing, to hopefully that was edified. Let's close by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai by Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostle of great millstone. Likewise, brothers, that they're putting up the true faith, fairness, feeding sheep. And to you, brothers and sisters, tuning in, Shalom.